2023. What a terrible year. January brought storms and terrible visibility. After about 3 weeks of calm and sufficient recovery from surgery, Joshua, Zach and I headed out to Bognor. It was freezing cold, 10cm viz and a great laugh, but not a chance of catching anything. February, me and Zach tried Brighton, but the story was about the same, about half a metre viz and not much around at all. And exactly the same in March. We then tried the wind farm, hoping there'd be something around, but there's absolutely nothing. The bad viz continued, and with another surgery scheduled, I decided to go down to Cornwall, meet up with the CSC and do a scallop run. There's always viz in Cornwall. April was the only month I didn't dive this year due to ongoing health issues. But then May came and we went straight out to the wind farm.
The least important thing.
The current was pretty bad.
It is ripping. It is fucking ripping. That current is ripping bad.
Say well, because I can't see it.
Not yet.
The visibility was oh so shocking. It looked clear on the surface, but then it just went green, fast and thick. No fish around whatsoever, which is crazy because the year before, by this time, there was fish everywhere.
Correction, cleaner than the wind farm at the top. At the bottom, fucking goo. Green shit.
Even the commercial fishers had been struggling in Sussex, unable to find bass in any reasonable quantity. So what do you do when you can't find any fish? And the viz is really bad? Well, you go to Cornwall. So I went down to Cornwall, I met up with Rob and Tony, and we went for a couple of dives. I was hoping to find some pollock, but dive after dive after dive, and I didn't see anything, which wasn't incredibly tiny. Eventually Tony, UK Spearo, found an octopus, and I helped him with his extraction. And then I saw a massive grey seal, which is probably why there weren't many fish around. I then went for a dive in a second location, missed some mullet, and grabbed a few spider crabs on the way back. So the fish aren't in April, they must be in May, like they must be. Out to wind farm again, and still nothing. And then to Brighton with Joshua. Picked up some spider crab and a few glace as you do in Brighton. And then I thought I would try something different. Pedro had been talking about some amazing Portuguese style stew he can make, so I had to go for it. I was expecting a fight, but this was just instantly stoned. and incredibly tasty. He was right. And then off to Brighton again with Zach, this time focusing on getting to place.
Wait for a lovely day.
Super important to keep hydrated. We went out again in June, and the fish had finally arrived. Unfortunately, these were all a little bit small. But that doesn't stop a couple of plays making it to the stringer. Shoal of green in size and in range, but I wasn't really feeling very trigger happy that day. Great viz for Sussex, hey?
And conger. Right, out there, I just looked at my plate. Yeah, just like
Pedro had seen my conga video. He was super keen on trying to find some himself. He couldn't really find them in Brighton, so I took him out to show him where they generally existed. And then I went to Bognor with Joshua again. I don't know it particularly well, so it's always a bit of an exploration session at this point. what was quite interesting is on Joshua's camera. You have to see it. It was the most amusing clip, and he is going to be making that into a video. I'm going to link his channel below so you can watch it when he finally gets round to processing it. I have cut it just before the interesting part. And then it was time for the Brighton catch and cook. Really good day, loads of people came down. I think pretty much every single person got something, even if it was just spider crab a place, and we had a brilliant cook up on the beach, and it was really a fantastic day. July, and a very swell impacted trip to Dorset. Couple of pollock around, but unfortunately nothing captured. This was the best viz we found all day. Zach actually went home because the viz wasn't good enough for him to think it was worth hanging around. He was probably right. July, and another Bognor mission. Feeling my way around, trying to find some new spots and places to hunt. Next year, I'm going to concentrate on making a map of this whole reef, getting in some decent spots. This time the viz was really bad. Couldn't really tell where I was going before I got there. The only bass I saw was after clumsily landing on a rock, and I figured I'd just wait there. And it came in from the side.
There's bass around.
Sorry?
There's bass around.
I saw one something.
Bad viz. Let's go to Cornwall. So I went down, met up with Rob. We swam for about a mile, and our intended destination turned out to be a pretty active seal colony. Although they look cute, they are wild animals, so the sensible thing is just to retreat slowly. I saw some decent bass from the surface, dove down that very same dive, I heard boat motors. Nearing the end of a breath hold, I went up right beside the float so I could be as obvious as possible, and yeah, someone needs to read the convex. August, I moved house, I didn't get much diving in, but I made it down to Brighton. Lots of baby bass are always a pleasure to see. But Brighton, as usual, often ends in a place hunt. After a bit over 4 hours in, my GoPro battery was completely dead, by which point I'd only got free place. I started to head in, and then it was just mullet mayhem. Big shoal, and I could have had as many as I wanted. I decided to take 3 mullet to stock up the feeds a little bit, and it's one of those times where I wish I was recording because it was an incredible sight, really. I only managed to get a quick clip of my stringer just playing with a GoPro. Sometimes you can get it to record another few seconds. Another Brighton trip. This time I wanted to spend a bit more time checking out some other crevices. Not much there, just the usual really. And then I decided to invest into a new little toy for shorter trips around the coast, maybe up to 7 miles, and the next couple of sessions we're basically testing this out.
Good day, huge day. It's lobster. Yeah, place. The size of a boat. Yeah.
I got a lobster the crab, one got a place, and the boat was a success. Does exactly what I wanted it to do, and so much easier than the larger sip and outboard.
Back. Oh my god, Cordy. I dived. I didn't even dive. I drifted that way. You see this sand patch here? There was like 4 or 5 dark bass, 5-50 feet bass. These bass, the most fearless bass I've ever seen. I shot straight over the top of it. 50, easy 50. And I mean that. He stared me, Gordon, in the eye. He's dead fucking on.
Fuck me.
I shot him and I saw the spear clear as day, fly straight off his fucking head. They all fucked up over his head.
But a bit of a mission of Zach, and I think his commentary says it all really. After a while we started hunting for lobsters. I could never find them there, but I know some people do regularly. And towards the end of that, just doing a little espeto and some bass, I could see them in the distance. Next dive down with the gun, and one came straight for me, but I was just too slow. I had been taking antihistamines because my equalisation's a little bit harder after April, so I figured it might be a bit of subclinical hay fever, and it was only later I realised that they were, yes, making it easier to equalise, but also making me really, really slow. and this affected the next session as well. The reaction speed of the snail allowed these mullet to just float right past. The underwater landscape here is pretty amazing in my opinion. I ditched the antihistamines and we headed out to the wind farm for the first time this year when there's actually fish around. This wasn't particularly good, but it was amazing fun. Two mullet, two bass, including the easiest and the hardest bass I've ever shot. But I won't go into that again, it's in the other video. Storms rolled in again, and that destroyed the viz in Sussex, as it turns out permanently. So, what do you do? 2 days after a named storm, go to Cornwall for 7 or 8 metres viz. Some nice easy shooting from the surface. Though I did have my shotgun, so made some interesting silent dives to land some of them. It really is just so relaxing and easy. Cornwall is just lovely. The next day I went out, see if I could grab a pollock quickly. Found them, but alas no luck. Probably should have had the big gun. November, and I just had to go out. I mean, what's more fun than punching through 8 nautical miles in the middle of basically a storm, although kind of sheltered, still 3 or 4 foot swell and 25 mile an hour winds. Just an incredible time out, and a handful of scallops at the end too.
How much more do you want to do?
I reckon 10 more minutes I might be able to think.
Huh?
In 10 more minutes I might be able to think.
Should I head back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more bite, I'm going to do one more to get that 4 kilo lobster. And then I'll set up on a stroke on. Strokes aren't bloody, but I feel like I've had one.
Huh?
Sound like I've had a stroke.
Hmm.
That's not a funny thing, but it is funny.
A lobster hunt with Zach, and it was cold. It was -2 outside. It had to be a short session because otherwise we could have been in some trouble. If anyone knows where to find lobsters at Bognor, please suggest some tips. I can find them on other similar reefs, but I know they're there and they just elude me for the entirety of Bognor Rocks. So that was it. 2023. Only 27 dives. Bad viz, bad health, bad timing. It was terrible. But I thank everyone who dived with me this year, and 2024 can only be better.